I'm sure many of us know what it's like to doom scroll on social media, whether through Instagram, Twitter, or other social media sites. It's often difficult to stop yourself from consuming massive amounts of information. And because of today's algorithms, you can go from watching this cute video of a kitten to watching literal cities sinking due to sea level rise. And when I find myself in these instances, I often find myself looking for an escape and a distraction from looking at these events. I mean, when you're exposed to these images of catastrophic events and distressing headlines, it doesn't make you feel good. But after learning about the history of climate communications and the power of voice, I began to see the climate crisis in a different light, in the lens of a climate optimist. And today, I'm going to teach you how you can become a climate optimist and channel the feelings of fear and anxiety that you may be feeling into positive hope and action. Well, the first step of being a climate optimist is to commit yourself to education, which means learning about the issues that are affecting us daily. And I know you may be saying, there's no natural disasters impacting my life, so does climate change really affect me? Well, the answer to that is yes, and climate change is actually always impacting our daily lives. And one example of this is the extreme heat that we keep on facing every year. And if you felt that it's getting hotter and hotter every year, you've also picked up on this alarming trend. And in 2023, the global average temperature was the highest that has ever been recorded in observational history. And if we look at how this has impacted us here in California, diagnosis of heat-related illnesses spiked from 2017 to 2021, impacting populations that are most vulnerable to climate change's effects, which are the elderly and children. And although it's important for us to educate ourselves about these issues, it's also crucial to allow for ourselves to have reflective time. Because this is what will stop you from spiraling into the hole that is climate doomism, which is the view that humanity has lost the climate battle and that there's nothing that we can do. But I'm going to tell you the definition of what a climate optimist is now. I got to meet Anne-Therese Gennari, the author of the Climate Optimist Handbook, at the Harvard Sea Change Youth Summit that I got to attend last summer. And I loved her definition of climate optimism, and she was making it very accessible for us to use in our daily lives. And she defines a climate optimist as someone who chooses to embrace change every day, and someone who ultimately realizes the potential that we have, and the potential that we have the opportunity to participate in a shift towards a better world. So I'm going to take you to the second step of climate optimism, which is to choose hope and resilience. This means allowing for yourself to have reflective time when looking at these distressing headlines that you may see. And this is crucial because reflective time allows for you to really feel the emotions that you're feeling, instead of turning off or shutting down whenever you see these headlines. And these are some of the great ways to regulate your emotions, which are meditating, moving, and going outside. And studies show that just spending 20 minutes a day outside can have great impacts for your health, including reducing your stress levels. And personally, I found that when going outside has not only allowed me to react better to social situations that I'm in, but has also allowed me to reconnect with our Earth. And let's practice gratitude for the Earth and what it does for us every day. When we contribute to ecosystems every day, it becomes evident that advocating for the environment is not just confined to a select group of experts. So I'm going to encourage you to take the third step in becoming a climate optimist, which is to harness the power of your voice. And you can do so through simply having conversations with others. We're always capable of spreading awareness in our daily conversations. But as youth, we especially have the power and impact that many other generations have not had the privilege of doing so. Through just one social media post, we can reach thousands and millions of people in a matter of seconds. And imagine how our impact could be if we did this as a community. And I'm going to introduce to you the concept of collective action, which is community working towards a common goal. And we need to participate in collective action in order to better our environment. And most importantly, when discussing these topics, it's important not to just mention the doom and the gloom, but also to focus on solutions and the work that researchers, policymakers, and scientists are implementing. And there are many solutions that are being created in our daily communities, such as electricity-generated sidewalks and bike lanes. I mean, there are many solutions that are being worked on in communities that have impacted members' lives for the better. And I'm going to highlight a solution that I was introduced to last year. I participated in the Environmental Justice Organizing Academy, which is a training program for youth in order to learn how to better face injustices happening in their community. And I learned about this concept called bioremediation, which is using native plants and fungi to absorb soil lead out of the soil. And this is especially crucial since the city of Santa Ana is currently facing a soil lead contamination crisis. And community organizations like Orange County Environmental Justice are doing their part in order to make a shift towards a positive world. So the fourth step in becoming a climate optimist is to take action and inspire others. I mean, the world needs more climate optimists who are not afraid to lean on and grow from others. And I want you to start conversations in your community about climate change. And I want you to lean on other people when you may feel overwhelmed by the news. And there are literally multiple millions of ways in which you could take your action, such as participating in community initiatives and simply doing any of these, such as reading a book on climate change, or rewearing your outfits, or buying less. There are millions of possibilities. So it's time to take action. I want you to not just embrace the change in your life, but also take others alongside you in your journey. And undoubtedly, your journey as a climate optimist will be filled with self-discovery, healing, and transformation. Thank you.